Hello and welcome to Extra Time. I am joined as usual by Steve, that side, by Andy at the bottom, and we are here to get Andy and Steve's thoughts on the Bournemouth game that took place as we record this yesterday. For those of you that are joining us, please like and comment on the stream. Let us know what you thought of the game. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon. You'll be notified when we do all the rest of that. All right, now that's out of the way, boys.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss...
One more year, Declan Rice. One more year, I say. One more year, Declan Rice. Plays football the West Ham way. Irons!
Are you not carrying on? I mean, there was a hell of a lot more to that, wasn't there?
10 more years,
Boys, I mean, listen, we smile, we joke, we laugh, we giggle about that. Let's not lie. That was, I think we told Declan Rice yesterday exactly, what we wanted, how we felt, where we want to go with this. All right, let's get straight into it then. Let's not mess around. Lineup comes out, and other than I think it was Agard and Cresswell. Am I right in thinking that it was the same lineup as other than those two for the Ghent game? Was you surprised that he dumped them all in, Steve? That he wasn't, kind of wrapping in cotton wool certain players?
No, because I think he wants to get Premier League safety secure and then doesn't have to worry, does he? He can go all out for winning the trophy. And let's face it.
It didn't surprise you, no? Were you happy then?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got a damn good chance of beating Liverpool, but we'll get on that later.
That's another video. Slow yourself down, boy.
I'm sorry. But I with the games we've got left, that win, I think effectively makes us safe. We need to pick up another 2, maybe 3 points, and I think we'll do that. So, I see why he went for it.
I like it. I mean, I have to say, I looked at it and went, "Oh, he's actually gone all in as such."
Yeah.
Andy, were you surprised? Were you happy? What were your thoughts when you saw that it was a strong lineup?
I sort of said it in the preview, didn't I? I said it. A lot of players are probably running on adrenaline, and I think that's what it is as well. If you think what's a more winnable game, Bournemouth or Liverpool, what's the point of resting the players for Bournemouth? Might not get the result and then lose to Liverpool anyway. So I think our away record's not great. It was a good day in the sunshine for us to get the result. The only thing we'll get onto it in a little while is Aguerd just don't look fit. I don't know whether he's just playing in to get up to match feet. The only change I probably would have thought was maybe Oggy coming in. But we'll get
listen, you say he don't look fit, but the man is ready to perform on Dancing with the Stars or Strictly Come Dancing or the Dancing on Ice. No, let's not put him on that one. I've seen his ankles. They're probably made of elastic bands now. Started really well, chaps. I mean, for a football team that, for a side that for about 18 months were set piece kings. Let's not dick around. We were known for two things: one, set pieces, and two, triggering West Ham clips with hitting crossbars and stuff. So it was good to see. We got one against got a free kick against Ghent, which Antonio obviously put away, and then yesterday, 5 minutes in, Antonio. A great delivery from Cresswell, I've got to say. Solanke doesn't cover himself in glory.
Lerma doesn't either. Both of them don't.
No, they both. They literally one's in front, one's behind, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was like the parting of the Red Sea for Antonio, wasn't it?
Oh, for me. I mean, I laughed because do you remember against Spurs when Antonio scored and Harry Kane kind of just went, Like, it reminded me of that. I mean, listen, we know how dangerous Antonio can be from set pieces. We know this. We saw it many
Any
times.
of us three would have scored that goal. We didn't even have to move.
No, that's what I like. But the fact that no one
but
got
the
close
point
to
is,
him.
I've got to be able to get into the box in good time first, and I'm not sure I can manage that.
Yeah, I mean, by the time Steve gets into the box, I think the second half's already kicking off, to be fair.
Yeah, well, that's the problem these days.
We didn't have to wait too long for the second one, did we? And again, another great header
What a
from
cross!
I'll tell you what, the build-up play, boys. Sufal wins it, gives it to Bowen, and then goes again. And I'll tell you what, this is what I like. This is what seems to be working again between those two, between Sufal and Bowen. There's that interchange of play where Sufal goes beyond him, and Bowen is confident enough now to give him the ball. There was a couple of games that we had, didn't we, where Sufal would get up there, absolutely gnaws it right up, didn't he? Balls it up, it didn't work. Now, Bowen's like, you go, fill your boots, son. And the cross, it was inch perfect. But I'll tell you what, I've watched the highlights several times today. I had a couple of guys come in, West Ham fans that I know, put it on the telly. If you watch, Paqueta goes to run, comes back out, and then goes again. But when he goes again, he goes with pace and aggression and drive. And there
And
was
runs like a salmon.
didn't he just? For
I thought he had a pogo stick underneath him. He got so
He's
high.
not exactly short, but my God. Listen, he ain't as known for that as what we saw yesterday, but that was a cracking header. Got up so well, directed it. 2-0. Dreamland at 12 minutes, boys. Wasn't it? Dreamland.
Well, all of a sudden, you've probably got 80 minutes of stress-free football. Effectively, we were playing.
See,
so
you
well.
say that, but it's West Ham.
Yeah, true. I know, but comparatively speaking, for West Ham, and James and I sat watching it, and we're sort of in shock. Oh, yeah, we were actually gobsmacked.
Yeah.
We're 2 up. We were when we got back 2-2 against Arsenal.
Completely same feeling, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was a real. We've been, to be fair, we have been dreadful in places this season. And yesterday, what a game! I really enjoyed watching it, and that is, I think that's only the second or third game I've really enjoyed all season.
Having the confidence and the comfort to be able to sit back in our armchairs or just be confident in our own place. And it kind of, like you say, it's like Steve said, it was kind of stress free watching it for a bit, wasn't it? You kind of 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline because you can get too complacent, but 1-0 they only need one goal and we're not in front anymore. But 2-0, Andy, how did you feel when obviously? Was you as confident as or comfortable as obviously myself and Steve?
I don't think it's as easy as what you say. Obviously, Lerma had a good shot, what Fabianski saved.
Yeah,
and then
we're coming to that. It's all right.
Yeah, no, but this is obviously after the 2-0 situation.
Yeah,
so obviously, and then obviously the Aguerd got spun by Solanke, and then that was another good save. They just all worked. Like you would thought Bournemouth was the ones who played on Thursday. Like they didn't look leggy at all.
I thought they looked a bit tired after about 30 minutes, but they seemed to shake that off.
I think they just had like a Kit Kat and a Foster's or something at half time, or a can of Coke, and that fixed.
I'm not quite sure that works, but
well, that's the Sunday League, isn't it? That's what you have, or a fag at half time. Fag, Foster's, and a
orange segment, Andy. I don't know what games you played in, but
I
it was
tell
an
you
orange
what, I
segment.
can tell you're a highly trained athlete when you play football, Andy.
Well, can of Coke and a Snickers Mars bar is to get sugar back in your system because of all the dehydration from the night before.
Yeah, from standing on the touchline knocking up the Jaeger bombs from the night before.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Andy, you're right in what you say. It wasn't all plain sailing. They did have some chances. Fab made some good saves. But again, we could have had a couple more, and I'll come to a certain player when I do my review, and I'll bemoan him, I suppose, if you will. Goal number 3, another set piece, another great delivery from Cressy. And the man himself, captain, back post.
Roger. Great
What?
goal.
I mean, listen, that ain't easy, chaps, is it? That
No.
ain't easy. Half volley, 12 yards out on the angle. Got to keep it low, get your knee over the ball, head over the ball. He caught that perfectly, didn't he? I know there was a slight deflection, but he caught that absolute mint. And I'm surprised it didn't rip the back of the net. And then he gave it his best Mark Mbappe, Kylian Noble
Yeah.
arm cross, which I thought was nice. I quite enjoyed that. And then obviously the fans, as I think it was Gonzo says on his video yesterday, the fans didn't stop singing. It was just noise, raucous
They were unreal, weren't
noise. We come in, boys, and I'm thinking, well, that's it, and it doesn't get it for me. It doesn't get any better than that. I felt at that point he could have made the subs. He could have had the players off at that point. But he didn't. He waited. He waited and he waited, and we got to 65 minutes, and then he went, okay, now time's enough.
Can I just say though, if we conceded that goal, I'd be very disappointed. Billing turned away from the ball. If Billing stays the other way, he blocks that shot.
Yeah, he's more.
It's a good strike, but like if West Ham conceded that goal, I'd be very annoyed.
Well, somebody said to me in a chat, they said, Bournemouth's defending is awful, and I'd just text back, who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
that was it.
Yeah, I couldn't give a monkey. So, if they all want to run away from the ball, that's absolutely fine. Did you know that is the first time in our Premier League history where we've had 4 different goal scorers and 4 different people make the assist?
I did not.
No, that was Gio brought that out today on his Patreon video.
I'm gonna use that tonight when I do the video with Gazy.
Yeah, that was really.
He'll know it anyway when he's a bastard.
Probably.
65th minute, boys. 2 subs, Ings and Fornals on for Antonio and Benrahma. And a little over 7 minutes later, I found myself doing this.
Yeah.
At the screen. The words, what the has he just done, then left my throat. Gobsmacked. Was really pleased to see the knee slide salute. That really cheered me up, knowing that he'd bagged that. And then the tears.
I got worked up. I got emotional.
Yeah, mate, I did. I got emotional with him. Now, I don't know why. I got emotional because he was emotional. I don't know why he got emotional. I've not seen anything come out, so I'm guessing it's just the raw emotion of scoring a goal.
On Match of the Day too, Antonio said he's just been very frustrated, and we've all been as a team, and he was just overwhelmed with the fans and everything. That's what
banging. I'll tell you what.
You can't love Fornals,
can you? Keep him. I don't care. He could be one of the worst players on the pitch for the rest of that. That there tells me that man, how much that man loves this club, what it means to him.
What got done me as well. What got more emotional was when they were singing the song, because he walked for about 10 seconds, didn't he, with his head down after, where he couldn't believe the reception either.
Rice grabs hold of his face and literally just goes,
yeah! Rice gives him a kiss on the back of the head.
Yeah, everyone grabs him, and it wasn't just like that. That kind of, you've scored a goal, well done, pat on the back, move on. Everyone grabbed him, and he grabbed them with such such affection. It was that hug. He pulled him in, and everyone, got him round the head and pulled him in and kind of buried him in the neck. And there was a lot of love there, a lot of love, a lot of affection, a lot of solidarity, a lot of closeness. And I'll tell you what, it was amazing to see. The goal, boys. My God, the fact, listen, I was bemoaning Declan Rice just because I wanted to, because I needed something to moan about, that he didn't get his head on it. Right, that's where I was at, and then all of a sudden you got Pab doing his best Olivier Giroud Juan Mata impression. No, I don't care that he didn't connect with it correctly. I reckon if he connected with it correctly, it's ending up over on the beach somewhere. He catches that just right enough that it goes in. That's all I care about.
Yeah,
And it
the
looked
fact
good.
that he connected with it is an achievement. But here's
Mate,
the funny thing.
I dislocated my back trying it earlier, diving on the bed, and I think I've pulled something, and it really hurts. So
Yeah.
I've got nothing but credit for him for putting that in the back of the net.
What was really hilarious here was, after all the emotion calmed down, James looked at me and said, of all the chances Fornals has had, he scored that one.
Right. He's missed. Do you remember like them sitters he missed like in the from it's mad, bless him. But the Cockney Iniesta rises again.
Oh mate, we could have had 5. I'm going to skip past that one because it's the same as the same sort of thing as Ghent on Thursday. It's disallowed. It's annoying, but again, it's Cornet. Again, it's an offside, and you're just kind of going, oh, for fuck. Can you not stay on side for 2 minutes? Like, it ain't hard. It ain't hard. Can you just like look along? You can. I'm not being funny. He was looking along the line, boys, for that ball in, and he's still offside the prick. Right?
Can I give Danny Ings credit, because when he come on, he linked up the play quite well. I thought he done very well yesterday. A few people were slagging him off, saying what a waste of money, but
no,
still.
I mean, listen, I don't think he's going to listen. If God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. If Moyes stays next season, Danny Ings is going to be again a bit part player, and I can probably see us selling him either in January or even maybe before, because I just don't see how he's going to do the Antonio role, which now seems to be working for us so well again. You know what I mean?
Well, Antonio's been brilliant. But, you know, you say that about Ings, he's still a damn good striker who'll get goals. You know, he offers something different, doesn't he?
Yeah, but we have to play to his strengths, and I don't see us doing that. That's my only concern with Danny Ings.
But there are games when it doesn't work for Antonio. You look, okay, Cornet's goal's offside, but you look at the passing to get that ball to Cornet. And we did that a few times.
Now, we were brilliant. And I mean, the link-up play was superb.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you get Danny Ings in that. You get Danny Ings there instead of Cornet, that's 5-0.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. Maybe.
You know, I think we've got to give it time. He's only been here 5 minutes.
Yeah, but he's been in the Premier League all his career for the most part.
But me personally, we won't make it to Danny Ings. I reckon he'll end up at Burnley in the summer. Burnley have got promoted. I reckon he'll end up going back there.
And I think they'll play the football he will thrive off of. Andy, I'll come to you before we hit player ratings. Been going. We pretty much covered the game, fans, the goals. Your thoughts on the I suppose the resurgence, mate, culminating in that 4-0 win yesterday.
And I said it on Claret and Bowes yesterday, and John and Nick sort of said this. I'm going to give Moyes credit, but this is not all Moyes.
No,
this is the players just going, we can't be doing this much longer. And I think since the Arsenal and they're running on adrenaline, and the fact that we were thinking about yesterday, the fact that they're not training, they're doing night training. The games are coming thick and fast, and I think that's coming back to our advantage. This is like the lockdown season when we were playing every 3 or 4 days. They're not training; they're just going out there and enjoying themselves and playing football. So, and we've got that front. We've still got another 6 games left, I think, for the rest of this. 6 games in like 20 days or something.
9.
Right? Oh, have we? No. Oh, what in? Oh, 9 in 35, whatever it is. But yeah, or 10.
Well, yeah,
10 if we get to the
I think we got. Yeah, I think we're playing something like 8 games in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Quite a lot, isn't it?
Well, it's a lot of videos for us. Let's not mess around. There's a lot of videos.
Yeah, I mean, they don't think about us at all, do they? I mean, just go out.
It's just terrible. You can at least be a bit grinder.
Consideration.
My YouTube schedule is going to be out the wall. But Andy, just one last thing then from you before I go to Steve for his thoughts on it. Has the Turner been has the Turner. Has the corner been turned? Is this, are we, what we're seeing with the kind of football we're playing, which is very reminiscent of the 18 months from the return of the football from COVID? Are we back there now, or is this?
Ask me Thursday morning.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was. It's exactly how I'd answer
They're
that
beatable.
question.
They're beatable, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Steve, same question to you about the resurgence. Obviously culminated in yesterday's 4-0 win. I believe that's Nottingham Forest, Larnaca, Ghent, and Bournemouth that we've put to the sword with 4 goals.
Yeah.
In relatively quick succession when you consider how badly we played. It's good to be back as such, isn't it?
Yeah. We've never been a bad team. We just haven't been playing. And
Yeah.
I think that's been the big frustration all season. Because when you look at yesterday's performance, you look at the Arsenal performance, you look at the Ghent performance, that's actually the real West Ham. It's not this knocking it around, getting beat comfortably. What we've seen the last few games is what West Ham are now. And okay, I'm going to actually say something on Moyes' behalf here, because I have been a huge critic of Moyes during this, and sometimes you've got to eat a bit of humble pie. He tried to take us to a passing game. It didn't work. So, and I think he's done it with the players. He's gone back to what we were good at, and it's a pleasure to watch it. You know, I don't care we only have 35% possession. That was a really exciting game yesterday.
Still scored 4, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my only criticism of in what you're saying there is I think it took Moyes too long to eat the humble pie and not see. Going on some quotes from others, we took Nevin and Nolan off of Sirens. Can we not? Do you mind? Do you not know I'm doing a video in here? We took Nolan and Nevin off of set pieces because Moyes didn't want to be known as the team that scores set pieces. I want to score goals, mate. I don't care. It's nice to think that that maybe Noble and Rice have had a little word in his office and said, "Look, come on, this ain't working. Can we mix it up a little bit?" I'm hoping that's the case, and I'm hoping what we're seeing is here to stay. Like Andy says, we'll find out. I think Wednesday night.
I was last 3 performances. Okay, not so much the Fulham away, because that was a really scrappy 1-0. But the last 3 performances, Arsenal, Ghent, and this, have been thoroughly enjoyable. Really, the Arsenal one I was gobsmacked by. But yesterday, I had a sneaking feeling we'd do all right. I was just worried we'd be a bit tired. But that was in the context of the season, that is a huge win. That puts us on 34 points, with 6 points clear of the bottom 3. They've got to win 2 and draw 1 to get past us with our goal difference. And that's without us picking up any more points. Brilliant performance, massive game, and the season suddenly looks a lot brighter. And I was
don't
really
it just?
that.
Don't it just? Right, let's hit player ratings then. Andy, I'm going to start with you, Fabianski.
7, 5 good saves, good distribution. Just needs to improve on his communication with Aguerd and Zuma. I think that's still lacking.
Yeah. Steve?
7. Yeah. Again, I feel quite sorry for Areola, because how do you drop Fab at the moment? He's playing well.
I still drop him for the cup games, but that's
yeah.
I'm going to give him an 8. I think considering the scoreline, as Andy says, 5 good saves. He was surprisingly busy. Makes a good save at the end of the first half with his feet from Solanke. You know, saved the header from Mepham. Lerma had a long range save. I personally think he should have done better with. It's still a good save, but I think it was one of them ones. It was moving a lot, and a clean sheet. Soufal, Andy.
I'll let Steve go first.
All
Yeah.
right, Steve.
8.
I think he wants to nick your rating, Steve. That's all it is.
Yeah, 8.
No, so
Totally.
Steve, don't copy me. That's what it is.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. Total beast again. Great defensive performance. That cross, somebody who told me Soufal's going to put that cross for Paqueta, I'd have laughed. 8. Another great performance by him. He's really come back into form.
Andy?
9 for me. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
No one beat him. Like you said, the cross, understanding with Bowen, his association with the crowd, that was a nice touch. I'm giving that an extra touch. He was really edging the crowd on as well. So yeah, love him. 9 for me.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go an 8. He wins the ball back high up in Bournemouth half for the goal. Great cross. And he done his job defensively as well. It wasn't a polished performance. There were still defensively things I feel he could have done better. But his link-up play with Bowen going forward, the cross and everything else, and like you say, Andy, his interaction with the crowd. I've got a feeling he's back to his best.
I think he's better.
Do you really? Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
fair comment. Fair comment. Naif Aguerd, Steve.
7. It was a good, solid game. He got turned very easily. I think what we forget about Aguerd is basically he missed a big chunk of the season, so he's only been playing Premier League football. It hasn't been a whole season, and I think he's still growing into it. But I'll give him a 7. I thought he was good, but I didn't think he was as good as some others on the pitch.
No, fair play to you, Andy.
6 for me. I think 6 is about right. Like you said, like what Steve said with regards to Solanke, I was very disappointed with that. In the end, passing was a lot more composed, but he was a bit panicky a couple of times, and that's why I knocked Fabianski down a mark. So that's why I'm knocking Aguerd down 1 for as well as communication. So 6.
I'm actually going to go 5. I think it was a shaky display at points. I mean, like we've already said, he got turned by Solanke. He nearly gave away a penalty as well on Billing. Don't get me wrong, he still ended up the game with a clean sheet, but I do think he was shaky. And if anything was going to happen in regards to Bournemouth picking up a goal, it was going to be something to do with him. So I give him a 5. It's the lowest one yet. It's not the only 5 I'm giving, but hey ho. Cressy, Aaron Cresswell, Steve.
9. Absolutely brilliant. Wasn't he good? Passed, moved, crossed the ball. We know Cressy can't cope with pace now, but boy, he played well yesterday. I thought he was absolutely magnificent. So I'm giving him a 9.
Fair enough. I think that's it's definitely higher than mine. But Steve, Andy.
No, Andy's down the bottom. I'm up the top.
He's over here. Yeah.
8 for me. 2 good crosses. Obviously, goals coming from it. His link-up play was a lot composed. Smaller pitch, so that's an advantage for him. So he's not doing enough running. So yeah, I'll give him an 8.
I'm actually going to give him a 7. His deliveries were good. He's the 2 corners for the goals, getting the balls into the box, free kicks, etc. Superb, but his pace throughout is being shown, and Bournemouth did get some joy, shall we say. Doesn't help with the man that's in front of him, I feel like we're regressing back to the same issues we had before when we were playing like we're playing now. There's nobody better, Steve, than Lucas Paqueta. So,
no, I agree.
Tell me your rating.
Have we done Zuma?
We haven't done Zuma.
I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, I missed Kurt. I'll tell you what. Give me Zoom.
Yeah.
Go on. My
The cat,
apologies.
the cat don't miss him though.
No, the cat. Well, he didn't miss the cat either.
Zuma gets a
We're
9.
bringing that back up again, can we not?
Zuma's my other 9. Absolute beast.
Wow!
Whoa!
I thought he was excellent.
As in 9, yeah? That's what you go
As
for.
in 9, as in 1 less than 10.
Or no in German.
In German.
I thought he was great. I mean, I might have been watching a different game to you two guys, but I thought he was super.
No, I'm not knocking you for it, but
I was just surprised.
yeah, I'd hate to think what you gave others in this. Then, if you're giving him a 9, Andy,
I'm going to give him a 8 because he was very commanding. He did worry me when he sort of done his usual limp after doing that long chase when he smashed the
does
ball
make
out
you
of play.
wonder, doesn't it?
But no, he was very commanding in his box. I love that understanding what he's got with Soufal. They've always give each other an option when we've got the ball. And yeah, like you said, I didn't think he put a foot wrong. So yeah, an 8 for me.
I've gone 7.
Yeah,
Gone 7. I think it's a good score. It's not a bad score. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as yours. But I'll give him a 7. He blocked a load of shots. He didn't look as uncomfortable as a Gerd, but there were times when, as a pairing, they both looked uncomfortable together. But
yeah.
he did outshine him. But that's where I'm at. We've done Cressy. Yeah, so let's go Lucas Paqueta then.
10. Brilliant. That's all I've got to say. He was brilliant.
Your man of the match, then, I'm guessing, Steve.
Joint man of the match.
All right, okay, fair enough. So you've gone 10. Any just perfect game for you, yeah?
It's a 10 based on the pure enjoyment I had watching him play. Maybe not. You could argue it's not a 10 out of 10 performance. There were bits, but it was just a pleasure to watch him play. I loved it. He worked hard. His passing, his vision, just the way he plays the game. It reminds me of my boyhood hero, Trevor Brooking, a bit. His passing and his vision.
Hey, listen, no one can argue and tell you you're wrong on your own opinion. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I just thought it was lovely, to be honest.
Andy?
9 for me. I love his energy. He's him and Bowen just have got that good him, Rice and Bowen especially. He's the main reason where we are today after that Arsenal game. So I can't really fault him. Got a bit worried when he went down, especially when they were saying I think that's a muscle strain. But no, leapt like a salmon, and yeah, just buzzing for him to play on Wednesday. So yeah, 9 for me.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are smoking this evening, but I've got him down as a 7. He drifts in and out of games a lot, and it frustrates me. There's some stuff when I watch him and I just go, whoa, that's special. And then I watch him misplace a pass for the 3rd time in 4 games that go straight out of play because the other players are not running. I'm just thinking, have you not learned yet that these are not on the same wavelength as you? But he's got class. He picked his moments when not to deliver that killer blow. Still room for improvement, but he's on his way there. 1, 2, skip a few. Let's go Tommy Souček, Steve.
I give him a 7. It wasn't spectacular, but it was solid. You know, you can see he's getting a bit of confidence back. He's had absolutely no confidence all season. And yesterday, there was a bit of, I can do this in his play. And I was really pleased for him, actually. Much better. To 7.
Andy?
7 for me as well. He played a killer pass up the pitch, a good ball in when Ben Rama had done a bit of a weak shot. He was getting more forward, like you said, the understanding what he's got. He knows that he's not the most. I think he's just realised that he knows he's not the gifted player. I think we spoke about it on the review for the Gent game, didn't we? That he knows he's just, if he just does the simple thing of just give the ball to Rice and Paqueta, I think he'll do all right. And he done well in both boxes as well. So a 7 for me.
Yeah, got an assist, didn't they?
I mean, I'll be honest. I was going to go 6, but I'm listening to both of your boys' comments, and I do agree with a lot of what you're saying. So I'm actually going to go 7. I still think he was poor when he was in possession. There's a lot of not necessarily. I won't say they're misplaced passes, but they're not perfect passes. They're back again. They're not perfect passes. They're not good passes. They're still passes that are being completed, but they're not good. Players are having to track back 5 or 6 yards, or they're slightly overhit, and it's a lot of frustration on my part for Tom. But his main threats in the air from set pieces and arriving late, and we're seeing a bit more of that. We are.
Yeah.
The fans were singing for him to stay for 10 more years. So let's see what you got for Deckers, the pair of you. Steve, you first.
I tell you what, this is the most unfair mark, but I'm going to give him a 9 because I wanted to give Paqueta and somebody else a 10. But it was a performance for the ages as usual from Deck. He was brilliant, wasn't he? Some of his passing, some of his vision. Oh, sorry, I'm actually going to give him a 10 because I actually thought he was that good.
He was the one that obviously broke up play, and then he steps up from deep he steps up into the pass, wins the ball back, and obviously picks out the pass for Bowen for Fornals' goal.
Yeah.
A bad game for Deck is rated 7, which is still a bloody good game for most other players, isn't it? You know what I mean?
In fairness, I've got to give him what I gave Paqueta because I think the pair of them were outstanding.
Fair enough. Again, I understand your reasons for it. Andy?
9 for me. Perfect captain's performance. The ball for Pablo's goal. What a pass that was to release Bowen, and then for him to run all the way into the box as well after release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bear in mind, he was 10 yards. He was 10 yards off of Bowen when he made that pass.
Yeah.
And it's into Bowen's path. It's not like it was into feet and then Bowen had to take the time to turn and run. He was 10 yards behind Bowen, and the pass was made 15 to 20 yards. 10 yards in front of Bowen, 15, 20-yard pass for Bowen to run onto. So all of a sudden, he's already starting 30 yards behind the ball, Andy, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. So, real captain's performance. So, a 9 for me.
Listen, I'm going to give him a 9 as well. There's absolutely no doubt. His influence on this team is
massive
at both ends of the pitch, though. It's not just one or the other. The way he uses the ball, he's technically gifted as well. He's certainly a lot of he's a lot more. There's a lot more to his game than just a holding midfielder now, and that's, I think, he's only going to get better. He really is only going to get better. Jared Bowen, Steve.
7. Good, solid game. Did a lot of good things very well. We're giving players 7 here, and you're feeling a bit harsh on them, but it's still a damn good mark. It's like a damn good game. I was, really good by Bowen again. No question about it.
Fair enough. I'll jump in here. I'll give him a 7 as well. It's his 7th goal involvement in 12 games.
Yeah.
3 goals, 4 assists. So for me, it's his best run of the season. I'll give him a 7 as well. Andy?
I'm actually giving him a 6. I thought it was. If I'm comparing him to Ghent and Arsenal, he wasn't at it. He was still involved, but he wasn't as the level what he had. So that's why I'm not saying he's shit, but yeah,
It's
like you
fair.
said,
You
yeah.
have your
So yeah,
reasons, and that's what
yeah,
this is about.
yeah. So 6 for me.
Um,
And then it was because of that shot what he done as well. A couple of his shots were a bit straight at the keeper. That wasn't a bone shot, so that's why I'm knocking him down to the 6.
no, we're talking about Jared Bowen here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not the next one.
yeah, no. Well, you wait for the next one.
Well, if you gave Bowen a 6, I want to know your thoughts on. I'm going to let you go first here. Then, if that's your thoughts on Bowen, give me your thoughts on Benny.
4.
There's going to be people after you. There's going to be
Because
people after you. Go on, tell me why.
he's coming for me. He's coming for me. I thought he was absolutely dreadful. He didn't offer us anything. He really didn't. The shots, he had a okay shot, which went to the keeper's hat. But yeah, like he was. I don't know. A lot of people are saying because he was fasting, and I sort of gave him the exception. Sorry, that finished on Friday. Like, if that was anyone else, I think we said it on Claret and Booze yesterday. Yeah, when Moyes has stopped slagging him off, he's been shit.
Listen, I ain't going to disagree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm actually going to give him the same mark as you. I thought he was very wasteful in possession. 2 games on the trot
And
now.
sorry, and people go back to other videos. This is not. I'm slag
No.
Benny off every game. When he's good, he's good. But when he's shit, same as anyone, he's shit.
He's got a couple of man of the match performances out of me this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form am I just bashing him, but I think he's been exposed again. Right? Steve, give me your mark first, and then I'll give my reasons as to why I think he's been exposed again.
I was going to give him a 5. I thought he was our poorest player on the pitch yesterday, actually. I didn't think he was awful, but everybody else's standards were so high. It made his performance look really very average for me.
Right. Is it right? Yeah, then. So I agree with Andy. For me, wasted 3 shots. He doesn't help Cresswell. His defending leaves a lot to be desired. We knew this, right? We know this. We know this from this style of play that we're doing now. Okay, so we don't have the ball. You can have the ball. We'll have 30%, and we're coming to score the goals. Right? We did this for 18 months, and I wanted more from Ben Rama during those 18 months. Go back, watch my videos. You'll see. I think he's suffering from going back to what we did before, and it's not his style of play. I think that's what I think he's become a victim
against a better right back like Trent, like Darlow, Wan-Bissaka. He's not going to be tracking them bombing forward, and that will cost us dearly. Yeah,
especially
on Wednesday. That's going to be our problem. If
he plays better when Emerson's in the team, they've got a better link up.
Yeah, but it's not always going to be like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's I mean, I think he's becoming a victim of how we play. That brings us to the last of the starting 11. Then Mickey, Steve.
A great game. Hold up, play good. He was in beast mode again. I honestly thought Mickey wouldn't have the legs for the game. I thought he'd be knackered after the last 2 performances he's put in. I was wrong. Really good play by Mickey. Good goal. And some of his hold up play. I mean, there was one ball. It came out of the air. He got it on his chest and just laid it off. And we were on the attack again. I was really, really pleased with how Antonio played. That's my mark.
What was your mark? Sorry, I missed it. I was 8. Andy?
7 for me. I agree with everything what Steve said, but a couple of chances when he got put through, another striker has got that killer instinct of getting it past and shooting. But like you said, his link up play and everything was good. But I can't really hire him anything more than that, in my opinion.
I actually agree with you, Andy. I've got it down here as a real hard working effort from him, but the hard work doesn't necessarily mean a good game. Don't get me wrong, he got the goal, which I think his overall play deserved, but he got that nice and early, so I would have expected something else out of him. Do you want to do the subs, or do you just want to rate one of the subs?
One of the subs, we might as well.
Let's do the boy then. What's your rating for El Fornicador, as he's called on another channel? Pablo 4-0.
Well, yeah, I did. Well, because he has given us an absolutely iconic moment that will be played through West Ham history for years and years to come, like the Di Canio goal. Not saying it's as good as the Di Canio goal, but it is still an iconic moment. He gets a 10 because that was just that is a goal that will be shown so many times, and he gets a 10 just for the goal, because you're not going to see that again anytime soon. Of course, he'll not go and do it against Liverpool, but you know what I mean. That was a history-making moment, so he gets 10 for that.
Big Andy.
8 for me. 8 for our number 8. When he come on, he didn't put a foot wrong. Got stuck in his energy, and then to top it off with a goal. Really, 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 really pleased for him, and I think that will give him the confidence to go on to bigger and better things for the rest of the season.
I'm actually going to go slap bang in the middle of the area, give him a 9. Great link up play with him and Cornet for the offside. Again, I feel more confident when he's on the left hand side. I really do feel more comfortable than having Benny there. It sounds really bad, but that's just the way it is. No. And the goal, just something else.
Yeah,
something else.
That's why he gets 10 for me, just for that finish. Forget everything else. It is an iconic moment in West Ham football. That genuinely is, and they don't come around very often. That's why they're iconic.
Up there with the Di Canio goal, Andy. Do you agree?
No, not as far. Not
as in the technicality side of it. I'm talking about as in iconic goals. One that will live. One that will be in the memory.
No, I don't think it will. I think Trevor Sinclair's volley against Derby for me, I think, was more harder than what Pablo done. But yeah, it's definitely up there in like the top 5 for me.
Yeah. No. Anything to add before we wrap it up, then, boys? Because seeing as we've done that and we've got other stuff to do, and more videos than I care to shake a stick out over the next 3 weeks. I've got to be sitting here looking at your face. Well, not yours, Steve, because you're never here. But
true.
Looking at Andy's face for the next 3 weeks, as long as he wears a slightly less lightly coloured shirt, I mean, I'll be all right.
I'm saving on the electricity, but I've only got one set of lights on in here.
Making sure I can see you, yeah?
Yeah.
Anything to add, Steve? But just before we move on to the next video.
No, nothing really. Just delighted with 4-0. That effectively, I think, makes us safe. Great game. It was nice to sit there and enjoy watching us play.
In a league game, I mean, I've enjoyed. I see where you're coming from. I've enjoyed the Europa Conference games, and I have. But yeah, it's nice to have something to be able to crow about in the Premier League. Andy,
no, nothing from me.
Absolutely nothing, or are we going to be expecting?
Anyway, no, that's it.
Yeah, of course it is. You know what? It's going to be back. I'm going to send a massive shout out to the fans that were there yesterday. Absolutely amazing, as usual. Some great fan cams coming out of the boys at West Ham Fan TV. Everyone seems to be in agreement of where has this West Ham team been for some time now. So yeah, it's like I say, it's good to be back. I suppose we'll see. We'll see on Wednesday if it's sticking around. I'm going to wrap it up here, boys. As I said at the top of the show, like, comment, share, do the rest of it. Subscribe, tickle the bell. Check out the other videos. Please support the Iron Supporting Food Banks. Rob will show you the video later in the day. Thank you for joining us. And Andy and Steve, thank you for helping
Pleasure.
me with this video. I shall see you all. Well, I'll see you two in about 3 minutes. The rest of you,
Okay, yeah.
I'll see you soon. Take it easy and thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Jesus.
He's pretty good.
I just couldn't. It needed to be there. I'm going to thank him as well. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, but I do.